Good morning, everyone. Today's Tuesday, December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day 2021. The time is 10:34. Officially calling the meeting to order. It is a special meeting agenda with our Solid Waste Director, John Phillips, attending Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Filios. Do we have any changes to the agenda?
No.
Okay, first item, construction projects. JP, go right ahead.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for having me. John Phillips for the record. So just to give you the every 2-month update that I've been giving you for the Solid Waste Department, I was going to start out with the construction projects. So
Put your little guy back there. The further away he is, it seems to be better.
too close.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Thank you. So as you recall, we'll get started with the Ramsey Z-Wall project. As you recall, we put this project out to bid. We received 0 bids. The board then approved giving the Solid Waste Department the authorization to go ahead and work with another contractor. We ended up awarding it to TML after going through a process with them on making sure that everything would be built to our specifications. They signed and we're good to go.
How much was that again?
I don't remember the exact dollar amount on the project.
Okay, that's okay.
So TML Construction has given us now a preliminary work schedule. It was within budget, I will say that. So
Okay.
TML did give us a preliminary construction schedule to begin March of 2022, and they were planning on finishing in late May. Jacob CH2M Hill Engineering has been working with our operations manager, Doug Goodwin, with the city of Coeur d'Alene to make sure we can get all the permitting, because we agreed to take care of a bunch of the city permitting for the project. So we're getting that going in advance. The city did have some questions about the 2018 International Building Code, some seismic design, as well as a guardrail that they wanted installed at the edge of the Z-walls. We worked through that with the city and have given them some answers to those questions. And we're waiting right now to hear back and see if they need any additional information before proceeding.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to this construction beginning in the spring of 2022.
Now, what will this add?
This will add the Z-walls for
Right.
metal recycling primarily,
Okay.
but that by constructing these walls will free up some areas for trailers that the walls were originally designed for garbage. So for larger size trailers, so we'll be able to, instead of putting just these smaller metal trailers in there, return to the use of garbage trailers in those areas. So it should help streamline efficiency at the transfer station.
Okay.
Any other questions about that? Okay. Moving on, Fighting Creek Landfill. We have the 40 by 60 storage building and the associated dirt work that we're still working on. This project, it has been running behind, but we're continuing to move forward. Bid-ready documents are complete, and this project will likely be going out to bid in early January. That's the plan. The landfill crew has put the dirt work portion of the project to bed, if you will, for the winter. They've covered the area with plastic and sandbags to stop any erosion control and make sure we don't have sediment leaving site or leaving the area. It's anticipated the actual construction for this project will be going on during this coming summer and fall, with hopefully a finish date in November of 2022. Any questions about the Fighting Creek building? Okay. Other Fighting Creek landfill projects, I always include these items because they are construction related. Jacob CH2M Hill, so the engineering company, they recently gave us, as you know, a rough grade plan for cell E3, which is the next cell that's planned to be built at the landfill. They depicted the specific area where the excavation is needed for that future cell development. They gave us the actual coordinates of the bottom of the cell. Only the coordinates are 2 feet fat, so that the county can go in with our own earth moving equipment, begin removing the dirt to be within that 2 feet of final subgrade, so that we can try to save the taxpayers as much money as possible while removing that material to use for covering garbage daily or as intermediate cover. So having those grades will allow us in the next 2 or 3 years to remove the majority of that dirt to grades that are very close to what the contractor needs.
Right.
So I'm still guessing that we'd likely be doing cell development in 2025. However, we're waiting for some analysis to come forward from the flyover, which kind of brings me into the next construction point, is every few years we have a flyover performed where they take some pictures of the landfill and they look at how much area we're using, and then we make predictions on how quickly we need more landfill space. So we're waiting for those final flyover numbers to help determine compaction densities of the waste in place and estimate timing as to when the new cell needs to be developed. It'll also help with soil usage and in-place volume calculations to predict excavation and timing needs. Any questions about any of that? Okay. South Cell landfill permitting, so we're still moving forward with trying to get some area to the south of the landfill permitted for future landfill usage. We've been continuing this work on an ongoing basis. Jacobs CH2M Hill has completed the conditional use permit application, and Kootenai County Solid Waste is currently in the process of final review before submission to community development. I have talked to community development about this, and they know that this is coming their way eventually in the near future. Letters I delivered just this last week to IDEQ and the Panhandle Health District, informing them that we intend to submit the CUP application in the near future. So we're prepping the local regulatory agencies so they're aware of this coming. The actual submittal to community development will likely occur in late December or January. Any questions on South Cell permitting? So in rural sites, hopefully I won't have to keep putting this on the minutes for these meetings, but as far as you know, the Solid Waste Department received several complaints this past summer about garbage on the ground at numerous of the rural collection sites, including large items, appliances, furniture, and sometimes household garbage. The department installed those stickers that were controversial about making people aware of the rules on the sites. Since then, residents started policing their sites and turning in commercial dumping. The Sheriff's Department has really stepped up the game. As you know, we contributed some funds this budget cycle to try to get the Sheriff's Department involved in not only enforcement, but education for the public of what is allowed and not allowed at those sites. I want to give some kudos to the Sheriff's Department. They've been doing a wonderful job in policing these sites and communicating with the public. Communication also between the departments has been very good, I'd say excellent, and we've been working well together to tackle the various issues that arrive with improper disposal at all of our sites. Some of the examples include supplying requested camera data. The Sheriff's Department has found things that were improperly disposed and then asked us for data to try to pin down who did that, and we've been doing everything we can to get them pictures if we can, or video data. Also, we've been forwarding information from citizens to the Sheriff's Department, and they've been acting on those complaints or data that was provided by the citizens of improper disposal. Also, answering questions about certain items. You know, there was some acid disposal that occurred at the transfer stations, and we worked with the Sheriff's Department on trying to get to the bottom of that also. So,
Wow.
Any questions on any of that? Mm-mm. So finally, the solid waste statistics compared to last year. I always like to wrap up just so you know how the garbage is looking for the year. Does give some indication on possibly what's going on with the economy or growth in the county. Landfill waste is up 5.8% as of the end of November for the entire year of 2021. This figure is actually down from the same time of the previous year, which was a 9.4% increase. Waste growth appears to be slowing slightly, and it's more normalized when compared to previous years. I think I looked back at a few previous years that were 5.8, 4% in that neighborhood, so 5.8 is pretty normal. The total waste landfilled so far in 2021 at Fighting Creek has been 197,289 tons. The Prairie Transfer Station is experiencing a slight downturn compared to last year with the actual customer counts. Counts are down 0.72%, or about 1,495 visitors. But the tons are up about 4.95%, most likely due to construction loads in the summertime being a little heavier. Ramsey customers are up 2.6%, or up to 9,229 site visits for the year so far, and the tonnage is up 8%, well 7.99%, or 10,477 tons. So just some interesting statistics on garbage. Any questions on any of the statistics?
I'd just make a comment. You say, here's the dump, and we do garbage. But when you look behind the scenes, the statistics and the numbers and the science behind what you do and everybody there does is pretty incredible.
It is. Yeah,
you.
there's a lot more that goes into our landfill and our transfer stations with, watching out for the environment, air
know.
quality, surface water, groundwater, and making sure everything is kept up to permit standards.
And I've had more compliments in the last 30 days. A couple more people have said to me, that transfer station on Ramsey is wonderful. And
That's good to hear.
the people are courteous, and it's a speedy process.
They are. That's true. I've noticed that too.
It's just so neat. So thank you.
Well, thanks for telling me. I'll pass that on to the managers and
Please do.
employees for sure.
Do we undergo periodic inspections by DEQ and/or EPA?
We do by DEQ and Panhandle Health District.
Oh,
The
okay.
EPA's given courtesy copies of a lot of
Oh,
our
okay.
environmental
Yep.
documents, but I have never seen them become involved directly at our site. I think that's because we follow the law the way we're supposed to, so we're not violating environmental permits in any way. So typically 3 to 5 year inspections are done by Idaho Department of Environmental Quality and also Panhandle Health. And then also they do either an annual or a biannual inspection of the household hazardous waste collection facilities.
Okay. Any more questions for JP? Public comment? Hearing none. I have 10:45. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.